Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to use this topper that I made in a previous video, so in 2021, so if you want to go and check that out, that'd be great. Just a quick note, thank you so much to everybody. This year has been really tough. We've had some, obviously the COVID thing, but we've also had some personal stuff going on, which has been quite overwhelming to say the least. So I just wanted to say thank you. I read all your comments, I just haven't got back to everybody yet, as you would have seen, but I do read them and I really appreciate everything that you guys do for me by subscribing and hitting the notification bell and commenting and watching all my videos. It really helps my channel, so I can't thank you guys enough for everything you've done this year and in previous years and hopefully in the future. So I just wanted to put that out there as well. So today I decided on this, on using this little card topper thing. I think in the old days we used to call them toppers. I don't know if they're still called that now, but I decided I'd use this in, and make a really cute 4 1/8 by 4 1/8 card. The reason it's 4 1/8 square is because A4 paper tends to be 8 1/4 wide, which is a random size, but so I just basically chopped a piece of that off and folded it in half. So very easy. So we're going to use this today, and there's some sparkle on there already, but we're going to add a bit more. So I also have an old school embossing folder. Now I've already embossed this just to save a bit of time, although I do waffle, so it might be a bit longer than expected. But this is an old Stampin' Up Sizzix, when Sizzix and Stampin' Up used to work together, from many years ago. And this is the pine bough, I think that's what it's called. And it's basically, only this portion is the actual embossed area. So there's actually another technique that I want to do for you guys, using an embossing folder like this where it's got a lot of empty space. But I haven't got that I haven't got that far yet. So I've already embossed this onto a smaller piece of green. I think this is a Stampin' Up cardstock. I think it's Pear Pizzazz or Old Olive, one of those. And then a slightly bigger piece. These were literally pieces stuck in a drawer. So slightly bigger square of, I want to say this is, let me have a look. Call Me Clover, maybe, as a colour. Again, just bits of pieces that I had lying around, and I thought let's make a card out of that. So it was, I just went with the size that it was. But this card base is, like I say, an A4 width, so 8 1/4, and I have by 4 1/8, and then scored and folded at 4 1/8, so it's a little square card. This green piece I believe is 4 by 4, so you've got a smaller border than what I'm used to, so like an 1/8 of a border rather than a quarter. And then this one is another, looks like another 1/8 smaller again. So this one would be 3 7/8. I don't know, I can't do the math. But like I say, these are just scraps of cardstock, so I thought why not. So with this piece, because of the bough in the background, it's just a little bit of added something. You don't always have to do loads of inking and stuff, and I don't think these videos this week are going to be all inky like normal, but we'll see, because I can't keep away from the ink. So I'm just going to grab my tape runner, only because I know that my this isn't super sticky. As you can see, it doesn't even stick to itself anymore. And this was a Stampin' Up thing. I actually got it in a like a craft, what was it, like a training day when I was a demo, or a craft day? Maybe it was just a craft day, I can't remember. And I've got to see where I put that. So just a little bit extra on the bottom, just for a bit more sparkle. And then at least that's also got somewhere to sort of sit, so it's not floating in the air kind of thing. So let's get all these pieces on. Oh, is that? Oh, it has. I'm not used to tape runners, so. And I think I've said before, when you're embossing using your embossing folders or anything that's embossed, you can do it with a scoreboard and emboss pieces of paper anyway. But when you do that, just make sure that you have adhesive all the way around. Now this isn't working so well, so I'm just going to switch. Excuse me, arm. I'm just going to switch to some liquid adhesive. I just find it so much better sometimes. It's just easier and quicker, especially in videos. But when you've got embossed pieces, you want to make sure you get that adhesive all the way around. Otherwise it can pop up over time and sort of ping off your card, which obviously you don't want that. And then again, I'm just going to use some adhesive. Use whatever works for you. I don't put what adhesives I use in my supply list because I think it's quite I mean, if you guys want to know, then just by all means ask, but I don't put it in there because I just feel like adhesive, like if there's a few things that, like adhesive for one, is very personal, because like something I like you might use and then go, well no, that's naff, so it doesn't work for you. So I think adhesive is one of those more personal things. But things like what's the other thing, like stamps, dies, that sort of thing, obviously I'll tell you what brands I've used and that kind of thing. And hopefully my December, yes, December, we're in December, card kit from Simon Says Stamp, I can't talk today, should be here soon. I live overseas in comparison to where they are, so it takes a bit longer to get to me, but I try and I hope that they get here soon enough so I can still play with them for you guys. So we'll see what happens, but I'll still play and I'll still share what I make. So I'm going to pop this up just because I can and why not. And I do tend to use a lot of adhesive and pop dot things, these foam squares, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, I use a lot. I have this fear that things are going to just fall off after I've made them. Another thing while we're here that you can do, while I'm taking 10,000 of these things off, another thing you can do to help if you know that you're like, maybe you've bought some of these foam pads and maybe they're like a cheaper knockoff brand or something like that. I've done it, don't you worry. these are some of those, but maybe they're not as sticky. These are pretty good, but if they're not as sticky, or you also want a bit of time to maneuver your piece on your card, just add a bit of wet glue to the back, just like a dot of it, and it will allow you to move that around long enough to get it where you want it, rather than you know, just going just stick and hope for the best. So I'm just going to line that up somewhat straight. You know me, I don't know how to line things up straight. Even if I think it's straight, it's usually not. And there we go, just a very quick, like I say, these are just scraps of cardstock. I embossed a bit in the background just so it had something, because it did look very plain, but just a little bit of some, you know, some interest in the background. The topper we made earlier in one of the other videos, so if you, like I say, I'm grateful for all of you who watch and subscribe and like and all that sort of thing, and comment. But if you wanted to go and see how that was made, then by all means, it's in the Christmas 21 playlist. I'll always have a playlist for whatever I do manage to get done each year. That's just, I like doing that. And then I needed to kind of ground my main image, which is this piece. So that's why I used the tape. But it adds a little bit of something to something that could have been quite a plain card. And also I felt like this would have just been like it was floating, or not like dumped in the middle of the card, rather than now I feel like it has purpose. Is that the right way to say that? I don't even know if that's normal. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this, guys, and I hope your Christmas, winter, holiday season is wonderful. It's always a good time to reflect on things. I'm certainly doing that, so it's yeah, I hope you have a very sparkly one, and enjoy. I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye.